Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. In this video, we're going to do a detailed breakdown of a new product from REV'IT. This is called the REV'IT Spectrum, and we're showing the hi-viz version. Now, the Spectrum is the successor to the Dragon. The Dragon's been around for a few years, and where this really falls in the food chain is this is an excellent touring, commuting, everyday four-season jacket that's not going to be crazy expensive. So what you're not getting that you might see in the Sand or the Horizon or even some of the Gore-Tex gear are some of the really space-age tech and specific features. But what you are getting are all of the necessary protection, functional, and really ergonomic elements that you need in a jacket you can wear every day that's going to keep you warm when it's cold out, keep you cool when it's warm out, and also keep you dry if you're riding to work or you're riding a significant amount of miles on your bike. Now, if we look at it here, again, I have the hi-viz version. There's a black, there's a few other colors available. Size-wise, first thing we want to home in on. Peter's wearing a large, I wear a large as well. It's that touring cut from REV'IT. We're seeing as they evolve their cut becoming a little bit more accommodating for the American body type. Peter's 6 foot, 195, 42-inch chest. I'm 5'9", 175. I have almost a 44-inch chest. We both wear a large in this jacket, so it's accommodating. There is some room to breathe there, but it's not that crazy slim Euro cut that we've seen in some other garments. Now, if we look at it at a base level, I did talk about the fourth season, and we're going to get to it a little bit later in the video, but there's a removable waterproof breathable liner. There's also a removable thermal liner. It's a 3-layer system. The outer shell, from a ventilation standpoint, when we talk about the warmer weather, on the front you're going to have 2 big zips that are going to vent directly to the body, and then on the back you're going to have a passive panel that's going to allow for an exhaust port. If we start to break into some of the nuances, let's start with the collar and work our way down. You're going to have this rolled collar, which is really nice. We saw this on the Dragon. It's a nice feature. And when you open it up, it's built in a way that it's not going to chafe your Adam's apple. The other nice part of it is we have a 5-position adjuster snap, so you're going to set it to the right circumference for your neck, and when you lock it in, it's immediately at the right setting. And when you run a ride when it's warmer out and open it up, you're not going to have the collar flap because you have the hook back. All of the snaps in this guy are spring-loaded, which means they don't wear out. You're going to see YKK zippers, so they're going to last longer and be more durable. You're looking at a jacket that's just over that $300 price point, so a ton of bang for the buck, especially when you invest in the EN471 hi-viz version, which gives you that great visibility, and it's not going to fade on you. As we continue down, the outer main construction is going to be 600D power shell. So 600 is the denier. That's a strong, beefy denier. And then from an armor standpoint, you're going to have Knox Flexiform armor in the shoulder, as well as the elbow and forearm, and you can always upgrade at the back to a Knox TP2. Now, we already talked about our 2 vertical chest zips here, and one of my favorite things on a lot of the new REV'IT stuff is they're actually using this new metallic REV'IT logo, which I actually think is pretty cool. But the thing that's the other standout knockdown feature that's going to set this guy really as an evolution of the Dragon is that they've stolen a feature. They've stolen a very important feature from the Sand, and that is the 2-way forearm zipper. So what you have here now is another vent panel that when you think about it in the upright or more touring riding position, you're going to get direct airflow up your arm, and it's going to shoot right up the jacket. That's one of my favorite features. I've had it on my Sand, I wear it on my REV'IT Defender, and now we have it in the Spectrum in a more affordable option. It's a great inclusion here for the ability to stay cool when it's a little bit warmer out. Notice it's a 2-way zipper, and I have the cool new rubberized REV'IT zipper pull on that guy, and then here's my basic cuff, and you'll notice the snap. This is what is going to connect to my liner system. So there's my cuff. I have some Velcro. I have adjustability here, and then I have adjustability on the back side as well, so you can cinch it down really tight and wear it under glove. You also have enough room to make it bigger and wear a glove on the inside if that's your preference. 2-position ratcheting snap here, or a 2-snap forearm piece that's going to allow you for adjustment there, and then you have a slider along your bicep. We typically see this as the standard from REV'IT. We see it in a lot of places. And then as we move down the front of the coat, you're going to have a dry pocket with a flap, waterproof dry pocket, and you also have a hand warmer that comes in from that side. Peter, turn and face that way for me. I'm going to raise your arm. Before I do though, notice reflective Scotch-Lite panel. Here's my articulation in the back of the elbow. Notice how far down that Knox Flexiform armor goes, so you have a big elbow cup and then full forearm. And then underneath the jacket, you're going to have basic adjustment right here along the side to cinch. And you also have a gusset down here to where you can fine-tune it along the hip. Turn backwards for me, Peter. Now, one of my gripes with this jacket, and you know I do have a gripe, is that we've seen the exclusion of the vertical back vents that we saw in the Dragon. But that's okay. I think we're getting enough of a move forward that even with this back panel here that is mesh underneath that's going to allow for the exhaust, I think you're going to have a good amount of exhaust. But I'd like to see them bring those 2 vertical vents back. But again, I'm nitpicking because all in, I think there's a ton of jacket for the value here. Notice at the collar, we have our roll here. We have our REV'IT logo. We have our REV'IT leather logo on top of a reflective panel. And then again, more reflectivity. You can see where these the back adjusters connect. And then we're going to have a rabbit pouch here too. And the great part about the rabbit pouch is that it's a great place to keep your liners when you're not using them. And also, these are temper foam panels you'll see here on the back here. And I've seen this style on a couple REV'IT jackets in the past. I think it creates a nice aggressive look. It's a nice finishing style touch. You can come back around for me, Peter. So now that we have the Spectrum HV down here onto the table, let's start to break this guy down. First thing we're going to note is I did mention it's a 3-liner system. So the first liner that would be against your body that is removable is your thermal. It's a thermal light liner. It's going to provide a great deal of warmth. And again, you're going to use this guy when you take it down into the depths of the colder season riding. Notice though, finishing touches on it. It's quilted, it has a nice style to it, but more importantly, we have a pocket as well. That's one of the things that people gripe about is when you have a multi-liner coat, a lot of times different liners on the inside, they'll start to take the pockets of the functionality out of. That's not what we like. We like to see finished products regardless of the liner layout that you have. Now if I start to break this guy down and pull it out, start with a YKK zipper up here, YKK zipper on the right as well. And now let's move to the sleeve. And I'm going to note how the sleeve comes apart. I've already done the left side for both liners, so let's do it on the right. So we're going to open this bad boy up, and you're going to have to remember there's 2 liners in here. The first liner that we're going to see is our Hydrotex thermal or waterproof breathable liner, and then as I break it out, I'm going to see that we have a single color-coded looped spring-loaded snap that's going to connect to an eyelet on the thermal liner, and that's all we have. So that quickly, and I believe there's 1 snap at the collar. There it already is. And again, notice spring-loaded so it won't wear out. It goes through the loop on the inside liner or the liner on the shell. Here's my thermal liner. Notice it's not a destination layer. It's not styled to be worn as a standalone coat, but it's going to be thermal, and there's your warmth when you get into the depths of the temperature range. Now, one of the things I want to mention, which is an upgrade for this year, moving past the Dragon, is that this is the waterproof breathable Hydrotex liner that we have, which is another liner that's completely removable. And what they've done for this year is they have included this mesh lining, which is a lot easier when it goes directly against your body than just having it be the Hydrotex. In the past, it would just be the Hydrotex liner that would go against your body. So it's more comfortable. Notice 7-inch Vislon zipper to connect directly to the liner on your pant. And again, if I start to break this bad boy down, let's look here to the inside. Here's my connection zipper. And notice the zippers typically have the red covering. I've already done the left side. And as we move over here to the right, you're going to see it's color-coded again, but it's a single silver snap through that loop. And then if you flip it to this side, we're going to see that it connects to a black snap that goes to this beginning of this vent. So again, you have 2 snaps to hold it. You have a loop snap and you have a loop on this guy. But the way that it's done is going to ensure that you're not going to set it up incorrectly or potentially twist it. So again, I'm going to unzip from here, pull my snap at the collar to keep it in place, and I'm finished. Here's my Hydrotex liner. It is actually styled, and we're going to look at this, and this is one of my favorite features. This is a destination layer. This can be worn standalone. It has pockets. Notice that there's panels that cover the zippers, and if we move it to the back, you're going to see that we have a REV'IT logo. So here's my windbreaker feature. If I get caught off my bike, if I want to lose my shell, but I still want to walk around and break the wind or be outside in the rain. Now, as we move to the internal guts, again, elasticated panel, 7-inch Vislon zipper. This pant would go great with something like the Sand, something like the Horizon pant, depending on your fancy. But really, any pant from REV'IT that has the 7-inch connector is going to connect with this Spectrum. And then if we look here, you can see the hi-viz here, but you can see the mesh lining. We have pockets on the right side. Here's our opening for our Knox TP2 shape. We have a temper foam that comes with it. For under 30 bucks, you can replace that guy. And really, here's going to be the internal guts of what we see from the Spectrum. And if we look at the Spectrum, you have this nice, cool Max style mesh here, this material that's going to be antimicrobial. You can see the silver, and it's going to wick sweat away from the back of your collar in the warmer times of the year. So again, just a nice upgraded feature. We want to hear what you have to say about the Spectrum. Leave us a comment on YouTube, leave us a comment on Facebook. Let us know, good or bad, what jumps out at you as the standout features on this guy, or if you think we missed the mark. Also, we review new product every week. So if you like what you see from us, make sure you subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on Facebook. As always, you can get a hold of us for fit or sizing or feature questions at cs@revzilla.com or 877-792-9455. And at the end of the day, it's over $39. We'll ship for free, we'll exchange for free, give you 100% back to your cart if it doesn't fit you. And as always, you can earn TeamZilla cash to be applied to your next order. One thing of note, there's also a ladies version now. The ladies version is called the Indigo, so the female-specific version of this coat is available for the ladies as well. Find the Spectrum at RevZilla.com/RevIt. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.